challenges and opportunities that come with starting fresh in a new state.
Hi everyone, I'm Sister Rocio Marie Montejo from the local congregation of Adelaide District of Victoria, Australia. And I'm very excited to be with you this afternoon. Today is all about sharing stories and lessons from big adventure. So stick around, it's going to be a good one. Plus, we've got some fun trivia, live shoutouts, and a few surprises along the way. To all our live viewers and listeners, share your interstate stories and we're gonna read them later on. Now let's hear what some of you had to say in the comments on YouTube. We'd like to give a shout out to Sister Sosie Bones from Gladstone who sent the message as early as 3:50 p.m. And also to Sister Leticia Kiseo. We love INCRadio Australia here in the local congregation of Caboolture. To Brother Resty Sanchez from Campbelltown, Sister Corazon Bartlett from Gladstone, Sister Chazel Irish Ilagan from Caboolture. And also shout out to our minister who is currently supporting us in our program, Brother Mark Reniel Kiseo. We love INCRadio Australia. Also to Brother Carlos II de Jesus from Minchinbury, and also to Brother Zelmar Bungaris, the resident minister of North Sydney. Happy viewing po to all our brothers and sisters from New South Wales. Please continue to send your comments and greetings. We will read them later on. And now, let's find out in this segment of Discovery Down Under.
Moving interstate in Australia isn't just about changing a postcode, it's about stepping into new weather patterns, reshaping your daily routine, and embracing fresh opportunities. Whether it's the pull of bigger cities, the promise of better work options, or the hope for more space and affordability, people make the move for many reasons. Did you know that about 14.3% of Australians changed their address in the year before the 2021 census? And among those who moved, only around 1 in 10 shifted to a different state or territory. For most, the drivers are family ties about 35% and job opportunities around 30%, whether to be closer to loved ones, chase a career, or simply find a better fit for their lifestyle. When you move interstate, things like climate, cost of living, community vibe, even work-life balance can be very different. Some love the extra sunshine of quieter pace, others miss the big city bustle, but each move shapes a story. So as we hear from people who've made the leap, let's explore what life really looks like when you trade familiarity for possibility, what Australians gain, what they leave behind, and how these transitions become part of who they are.
Brother John, I like that video clip because it actually summarizes a lot of the things that someone would be thinking about or dealing with when they go change states. And it was interesting where they said 14% of people moved, around 2021, but only 1 in 10, so that's 10% thereabouts, moved interstate. So obviously it's a much bigger move, a much braver move to go interstate. What do you think, brother?
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of it was covered right there. It tells you the reason why. So a lot of them is because of family ties. In my position, for example, when I moved to Melbourne from Sydney originally, it was for the opportunities that happened. And then obviously, as I had a family, my daughter was born. Then we moved back to Sydney. So because of the family ties, so it does cover the major reason why people would move. I think predominantly it'll be because of those two, and that's covered quite well. But it does take a lot of planning, a lot of efforts, and a lot of soul searching to be able to move somewhere far, somewhere different that you don't know. And that's why we're glad to have our guest for today, because she's been when she's moved into a different state, what she had to go through, she had to put into account her schedules, her family ties, and also weighing in the opportunity for the family because of the opportunities that's come in terms of work for her and her husband. And I think all of us have moved states as well. I mean, Sister Resil, for example, she's like a serial mover of different states. She's like the citizen of the world. She's just coming from Thailand to Queensland and now to Adelaide. We're waiting for you in Sydney, Sister Russell. So put that in your list of places to go to. But for now, that's quite an interesting dynamics to show. And also, you see all the beautiful city there, Sister Russell, that was shown in that video? discovering down under? Did you see some of any of them look familiar to you?
Yes, Brother John, I've been to quite few states, but I just like to go back to what you said before that moving does involve a lot of planning. My move from Queensland to Adelaide, unfortunately, I wasn't given enough time. I was just given 1 week to sort out everything. At first, I didn't really want to move because it was a very daunting idea for me. I was
Mhm.
so scared, but it was, I think, because of the opportunity that was given to me as well. I grabbed the opportunity and just what was mentioned in the video, it shapes your story. So I can say that Queensland has been my comfort zone, and I've
Yeah.
learned a lot when I used to live there. And I wanted to like go out from my comfort zone and like challenge myself on the things that I can do. And so far, I'm loving it. I'm loving it
Yeah.
where I'm at right now.
It's like a muscle, you know. I mean, you'll only improve if you get out of your comfort zone. Comfort zone is a killer of opportunities. So it's good that you're as young as you are, Sister Russell, that you're already taking that into consideration. In terms of the lead time that you had from the time that you moved, you didn't have much time. Guess how much lead time I had when I had to move from Sydney to Melbourne? Have a guess, Brother Warwick. I'll give you 10 grand if you get it right. Guess,
I'm going to
guess
say,
how,
I'm
how,
going to guess a week. I'm going to guess a week.
a week. You say a week. How about you, Sister Russell? How much
I
lead time
would
do you
say
think I
like
had?
3 months, considering you have also your wife and your kids.
Yeah, I didn't
Not
have my
want to be
daughter
too
yet.
long.
Yeah, it's only just myself and my wife. I'll tell you how long. So this is me. I was at work. They said, okay, we need you to come over here to Melbourne just for 6 months to help out, which ended up becoming 10 years, by the way. Because we just need you as a commentator, just look after the state, right? Guess how many days? One day. I went home, told my wife, okay, we're moving. When? Tomorrow, Melbourne.
Oh my
Wow.
So, straight away. I was fortunate though because work organized everything, transport, accommodation straight away. So the next day I moved straight away. But what I did is I left my wife here for a couple more weeks so that she can settle and move slowly. So I think she was in shock, to say the
I would
least.
be. I
But I'm
would be
sure
too if
our
that was
guest
me, Brother John.
I'm sure our guest later on she will have a better way of planning it than I did. I'm just one of those people who sort of just move really really quickly. But you know what? We're looking forward to this great show today because I know a lot of people will be considering moves. They may have found opportunities, but because of the comfort zone that they're in, but I've already got this job that I like. Oh, not really like, but like I got this job that feeds me already as it is. Sometimes the best opportunity will just come and you just have to know, just trust in the Lord, and you'll hear that a little bit later today. But for now, stay tuned because you are watching Made in Australia, brought to you by INCRadio Australia Satellite Studio.
Made in Australia.
So today's episode is all about change, courage, and new beginnings as we explore the journeys of those who moved across Australia's states. We're excited to welcome a special guest whose story shines a light on the challenges and opportunities of starting a fresh new start in a new place. Joining us from the local congregation of North Brisbane, we have Sister Eileen Dalai. Sister Eileen, good to have you here. How are you?
Hello, good afternoon po everyone. Thank you for having me here po.
Sister Ali, for those who haven't met you yet, who don't know who you are, can you give us a little bit of background about yourself, your duties in the church, name of your husband and your kids, how old are they? Tell us a little bit of your background there and what made you move. I guess we'll cover the moving bit a bit later, but a little bit of an introduction on about yourself. Go ahead. You have the floor, Sister Eileen.
Yes po, I'm Sister Eileen Dalay po. I'm a finance officer at the local congregation po of North Brisbane. My husband is Brother Josh Dalay, and my two kids named Arya and Johan.
Oh, pretty cool name for kids. It sounds like the European or some sort, Scandinavian. Johan, that's really cool. And what are your duties in the church for all of you? You mentioned that you're secretary and who else? Or finance, was it?
I'm a finance officer po.
Okay. And your husband and your kids?
My husband is a SCAN president at
Oh.
North Brisbane, and my daughter Ariana is a 10-year-old daughter, so she's one of the choir member at CWS.
Oh,
And
great.
little one is 3 years old. He hasn't started his CWS journey, but he will be turning 4 soon on December. So he's looking forward to attend his
Yeah.
CWS.
Yeah, he's a true Queenslander down there. Just by the way, for those of you who are not yet members of the Church of Christ, SCAN stands for the Society of Communication Networkers. So they assist us with a lot of the logistics of the church. We're organizing things to make sure things are in order, security, guiding of parking, etc. So they do quite a lot of work. So that's a SCAN. And CWS stands for Children's Worship Service, because inside the Church of Christ, we train our young at a very young age how to be a good, productive Christian people of this world. So to make sure that their moral value continue to grow from a very young age. So that's a quick introduction there from Sister Eileen. So you all, obviously the whole family is quite active. You all have an office in the church, and I guess that's probably why I could. Not probably. That's why I know that your family has been blessed. So part of these blessings, I'm going to ask you to start the questions. What inspired you to actually move interstate? I mean, you were in Sydney, right? In Blacktown, pretty close to where I live. So tell us what made you decide to move. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities here in Sydney. What made you move? What happened?
Yes, the main reason that we moved to Queensland is because my husband got a better opportunity here for work. He was offered for a good position at work, so he accepted the offer. And before that one, we already came here in Queensland a month ago, and because he already knows that he's going to have offered for a better opportunity. But then before that, a month ago, we started to came here in Queensland, and we see how it goes living here. So that's the main reason, and it's easier for us to move here in Queensland. The reason why is because one of our closest friend, our Uncle Ray Kalimlim, he offered his house for us to rent. So we decided easily to move here. But of course, with the help of our Lord God, we prayed for it, we planned it, and we talked about it of if we are, happy to move here, and if it's going to be for a better one. And then when we tried to come here in Queensland, apparently we went to one of the local congregation, which we are in at the moment, North Brisbane, and we loved it.
North Brisbane.
Yes, hello, North Brisbane. We already attended the worship service there while we're visiting here, so that makes us more comfortable, and we decided quickly that okay, this is a great place for us. We find the right congregation, we find a right place for us.
That's fantastic.
I love the way you said that part of your planning is you prayed and you let God guide you, and you'd be surprised how many people miss out on opportunities where they've been given good opportunities, but because of that comfort zone of not being able to move, they're willing to forego life-changing opportunities. So it does take a lot of courage and a lot of planning. But as we heard from Sister Eileen, they held their prayer and they trusted in the Lord. Sorry, it's Brother Work. You were saying something before I wanted to.
No, that's mine, brother. That was great, actually. I think it's a great point that people allow themselves to be stopped by concern, fear, uncertainty. It's all too easy. But and actually, to that point, what were some of the biggest adjustments? It's probably easier, like it's hard to say this was the one, but in terms of what are, say, the top 3 things that you had to adjust, that you faced after the move?
First of all, Paul, we adjusted with the weather. Since we came from Sydney, New South Wales, it's much more colder than in here in Queensland. As far as we experience, it's much more warmer here. So my kids at first, they tried to adjust with the weather. They couldn't sleep at the beginning because it's kind of hot. But then, yeah, of course, our body reacted and became, used to it. So that's the first thing. And then the second one that we adjusted for is the conflict on our work schedule. Apparently, back in Sydney, we have my husband's family lives there po. So my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, they are there to support us, apparently. But then when we moved here, I mean, we have our family here to sort out on ourselves with the work schedule and, work out things for the kids, picking them up, dropping them off to school, and who's looking after them at that time. And it's a bit challenging po because back in New South Wales, we don't have any problem with the work that we have done before there. Our managers that we have been working with, they are easily to adjusted, and then given us the right schedule that works out well with us. But here in Queensland, when we moved, it's kind of challenging because some of employers doesn't allow us to work out our schedule. But then, yeah, it's a bit of adjustment for us.
Yeah. And imagine, I mean, it's very important to have family or, parents or grandparents, I guess, of your children. It really makes a big difference, that support. And I guess also, when you've stayed in a place for a while, you get to know people that you can call on, when you really need that help at short notice. That makes a big difference. So how did you overcome that?
Well, we already have our local congregation, which they really supported us a lot. Even the start that when we came and moved to North Brisbane, they offered their help. One of the brethren, Sister Emmy, hi Sister Emmy, she even offered herself to look after my kids when I started working, because I told her the struggle of us. About that conflict of work schedule. So she offered herself. Thank you.
That's the beauty about being members of the Church of Christ. Sister Russell will let us know a little bit about this in a little while, is that as long as you're a member of the Church of Christ, and Sister Russell can give us a bit of background what she told her mom, by the way, that as long as you're a member of the Church of Christ, and for those of you who are not yet members, this is the norm inside the Church of Christ. So if you're ever curious, feel free to reach out to us, is that no matter where you are in the world, you're never going to be alone, because you've got brothers and sisters who will always be there to have your back, to support you. And in return, you're also there to support others who are also trying to adjust to different places, even if they're just having a visit to a different city around the world. You'll always have brothers and sisters who will be there to guide you, to assist you, and to support you. So it's great to see that love amongst our fellow brothers and sisters. I know, Sister Russell, when you moved, you told your mom, and of course your parents were a bit concerned moving. Tell us a bit about your background, Sister Russell, and how this relates with Sister Eileen as well.
Oh, yes, brother. Thank you so much, Brother John. So I just recently moved from Queensland to Adelaide, maybe like 5 to 6 months ago. And just like Sister Eileen, I had my fair share of challenges and adjustment, because I can't drive yet because I don't have the license. So I have to adjust with my roommate as well, especially if I have to go from point A to point B with with great distance. Because in my opinion, I find it, in my experience, I find it so hard to navigate the transportation here, unlike there in Gold Coast, where everything for me is just very easy, especially with transportation. So I was a bit worried as well, and that affected my lifestyle. So I was just curious as well with Sister Eileen. So moving from New South Wales and then to Queensland, how would you compare your lifestyle from before and now?
The lifestyle here is, for me po, I find it Queensland is more laid back and relaxed. I know Sydney is lovely, it's beautiful, but it's kind of busy for us. Here we have a bit of more time together with my family, and all the because we are in local congregation of North Brisbane, we always have a moment to get together and do some activities in the church. So we found it like the lifestyle here is still the same as the lifestyle in Sydney. It's just a bit of laid back for me.
That is true, Sister Eileen. So I've been to a few states before as well, and I can say that Queensland, I'm not being biased because I used to live there for 2 years, but I could say that Queensland is a balance of everything. Yes, it is laid back, but not too laid back. It can be busy, but not too busy. And I think it's also like very good for the family because there's a lot of recreational spots that you can go to with your family, like for example, like parks.
Yes po. Yeah, my kids love it here. At the beginning, they said that it's because my daughter is a 10 years old and my son is a 3 years old. When we came here, they of course they adjusted. They don't have someone who's closest nearby, but of course we have a CWS that they can get along. Even my daughter already met one of her friends back in Sydney and reunited here in Queensland. So she is so happy meeting some of her friends at the CWS. And of course, additional to that is like we are in the middle of North Brisbane is located, North Lakes is located in the middle of Brisbane City, Gold Coast, and Sunshine Coast. So we have a lot of family-friendly and theme parks that we can go to, and we can spend time with my family.
Yeah, the beauty about Queensland there in particular, I'm familiar with North Brisbane actually. So the beauty about the place is that you don't actually have to spend money to even have a lot of fun because you have so much outdoor activities to do over there. There's so many parks and you have the beach and you have, I mean, you name it, you've got it. So I guess wherever you live, there's always going to be some sort of a balance that you can work with. There's a work-life balance. And I think where you live, you're quite in the center, really, if you think about it. And you've got the main road just near you as well. So you can get places really fast. So I guess that's the reason why you've probably adjusted so quickly in terms of your work-life balances there. Can I ask you, Sister Eileen, when you did move to North Brisbane, you already aware of where you're going to be. So you knew what was going to be around you. Is that correct? So the first thing you obviously looked for was the place of worship. How were you able to find that? I mean, you obviously chose a place because we, as members of the Church of Christ, we go to worship service on a regular basis. So how were you able to find the local congregation? Was it because of your family friend telling you it's close, that's where you're going to be living? I mean, how did you make the decisions where you're going to live?
Apparently, before we decided to move here in Queensland, my husband already got the offer. So we searched for the place, and one of our closest friend, our uncle Ray Kalimlim, offered his place to us, his house to rent. So when we searched his address, we searched in the website where is the closest adult worship service at the what closest local congregation in that area po. So when we found out that the North Brisbane is the closest one, then as I've said po before, we already came here a month before we moved in Queensland just to have a look at the area, the place, and where we're going to live, and of course the closest local congregation for us. That's really important po because we are considering that first before anything else on how are we were going to worship our Lord God first, and anything else. The second one is, it follows.
That's right. Before Sister Russell reads out all the comments, I know there's quite a lot out there at the moment. Just some personal greetings that I received. I'd like to say hello to my, they're not members of the Church of Christ, but hopefully, God willing, they will be eventually. But my sister, Pamela, my niece, Pamela Maganto, and Adora Maganto, there in Las Piñas, and the rest of the Villanueva clan in Las Piñas po. Thank you for watching INCRadio, supporting us, and hopefully when I come back there in the Philippines, that you can attend some worship services and Bible studies, because this is exactly what Sister Aline is going through. This is what it's like inside the Church of Christ. I'd like you to be part of it po. So that's a personal greeting po I just received. So they're watching at the moment. Go ahead, Sister Russell. I believe there's quite a few comments and greetings there to read.
Yes, Brother Jan. And we have viewers and listeners that also sent their stories because they can relate with our topic, moving interstate. So according to Brother Troy de La Paz from Adelaide, shout out ka, Troy. He said moving interstate isn't just a change of address. It reshapes your routines, opportunities, and a sense of identity. A move often triggers reflection and career choices, work culture, and lifestyle priorities. This is very, very true. I'll be honest, at some point, I was thinking like, did I make the right choice? Because my first month was really difficult. So it's a very, what do you call this? The message that Katroy sent was kind of reassuring for me that I need to keep moving forward. I'm on the right track. And also from brother Rolando O'Malley from Wyndham. He said, looking back when we first moved in Melbourne 14 years ago, there was so many changes, but one thing seems constant, that is the love and support of the brethren, especially the officers of Wyndham. This is very true because the people that surrounds you makes it easier to navigate the changes that you're going through. And also by Sis Romar Scott from Shepparton. Shout out po to all ministers that move to another states whenever they get the calling po. Shout out to our resident minister, Brother Paulo Lacson from Philippines. And also from Sister Jerica Manguit, the beautiful wife of our resident minister here in Adelaide. She said the brethren in different places make a move easier. And also shout out po to our ministers that again continuously supporting us in our episode today, from Brother Richard Esperanza, the CFO overseer of New South Wales. Greetings po from Dean Park, and also Brother, hopefully I'm reading it right, I'm very sorry. This is Brian Companion. Happy viewing from Palmerston. Brother Alvin Gale Santos. Good afternoon po, and happy viewing from Wewak, Papua New Guinea. And also from Brother Seth Gutierrez, the Supervising Minister of New South Wales. Good afternoon. Greetings to our brethren watching INCRadio, and hello to our host and guest too from Sydney. Hello po, Brother Seth. And also, quick shout out po for those who are celebrating their birthday. Sister Geraldine Ubut, happy viewing po to all brethren. Happy birthday po today to Sis Jill Bino. And also, greetings from, enjoy your special day there in Breezy. God bless from local of Central Coast, New South Wales. And from Brother Carlo Falan, happy birthday po Sis Jella from Adelaide. And also, belated happy birthday po to Sister Elaine and Brother Jason. So, to our live viewers and listeners, stay tuned because you are watching Made in Australia, brought to you by INCRadio, Australia Satellite Studio, one of the official studios of the INCRadio.
Made in Australia.
And we're back here on Made in Australia. Before the break, we started discussing transitions, those significant life changes such as moving interstate, adjusting to new weather, or even finding a work-life balance. And what? It's not always easy, but these changes also open the door to new experiences and stories worth sharing. So let's keep the conversation going and hear more about how these shifts in life can shape us in unexpected ways. Now, Sister Eileen, now I'm going to ask you. So you moved there. How long ago has it been since you moved from Sydney?
We moved here for last October 2022.
Okay.
So it's been almost 3 years na po.
And what do you miss about where you lived before here in Sydney? And where did you live anyway? And what do you miss most about it?
We love we're missing Sydney. First of all, our family. My husband's family there, my mother-in-law, Mama Jem and Papa Ron, and my two brothers-in-law, RJ and Jono. Of course, we're missing them, and our friends who we made friends there at Sydney po. And also, we were missing our Blacktown City family.
Hello,
Shout out
Blacktown.
to the Blacktown City local congregation. We're missing everyone po there, and of course, some of the food as well in Sydney. They have lots of restaurants out there. Just find out that here in Queensland it's a little bit of few choices, but there in Sydney you will find a lot in just 10 minutes drive. You have a lot of restaurants to eat.
That's why it's easy to get fat in Sydney. Everywhere you go, there's food. I turn around, you trip over food. So, what about in Sydney did you live, Sister Arlene? Which suburb were you in?
We live in Blacktown suburb po.
Oh, Blacktown, oh my goodness, it's a growing city, you know. I grew up in Blacktown, so yeah, there's a lot of food. You know, there's new places opening nonstop in the Blacktown region. So for those of you looking to move to Sydney, Blacktown's probably the place you want to move to. I just thought, you know, promote my host city here. So go ahead, Brother Warwick. Sorry, I knew you were going to say something, and I.
Oh no, that's okay. Actually, I was curious. Another thing you may have missed is, you know, when you're at a certain place, you'll learn to find all the groceries you need for cooking, right? When you, particularly if you want to make Filipino dishes or Asian dishes, it's a bit different from just going to the local places, right? The local shopping centers. So when you moved, was that a bit of a hurdle?
Yes, brother, because we don't know the places yet, and we don't know all the areas. Of course, with the help of our brothers and sisters in local congregation of North Brisbane, they really supported us, finding us the right grocery stores nearby, and finding new furnitures. Apparently, yeah, they are the one who helped us with finding those stores to go to. Yeah, I'm really blessed to have a North Brisbane family here. They are all supported us and love us and embrace us when we first came.
Yeah, I think that's a common experience with you know, the Church of Christ, the congregation. You can always count on members in the congregation to help you with practical matters, right? And practical advice. That's fantastic. Yeah. So hang on. Yeah. So when you how did your move impact your family or the social connections? So, you know, whether it's the friends, you know, that your children had, or you know, places you would go to connect with other people. You know, how did you find that impact with your family?
Yeah. First of all, for the big impact that we encountered is when we are worried about my daughter, because when we moved here, she's already 8 years old, and she made friends back in Sydney in the local congregation of Blacktown City. She have best friends there, all the CWS children's over there, and our worried with her is, like, you know, how she get along with a new classmates and how she can adjust in the new school, all that worries. And in our apartment, with a part of our as parent working here in Queensland, of course, we meet new people in a new workplace, new environment. So it's just more of a lot of adjustments, and it's kind of overwhelming for us. But of course, we always have Lord God to, like, we always pray for His guidance, and yeah, that shows His love to us. He never abandoned us. He always there to give us a strength to move on here, and yeah, that is the best thing that you know, happening to us as a member of the Church of Christ.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic, sister. And you know, I think for Australians who are not members of the church, that would be a really big concern, and they don't see your way through that. So it's a great experience that you share there, sister. Were there any other social, I guess, connections that you had to form, you know, when you moved, particularly, say, sporting clubs or things like that for your children? Any other challenges? Yeah.
Yes, before my daughter used to do gymnastics, but and also a piano lesson back in Sydney. And here, when we move, it's a bit of a challenge as well, looking at where she's going to, because she wants to continue doing that, of course. But then looking at the area where we are, the closest one that we can get is the Rothwell, which is like 20 minutes away drive. So it's not too bad, but I'm still missing, you know, where you can able to get that easily when we are in New South Wales. It's just so close to our place, but here it's just a bit of a challenge to find a closest one. But Yeah, otherwise my daughter is a sporty girl and she
That's good.
actually doing some gymnastics and attending sports in school, and apparently there's a bit of some accidents that happened to her just lately.
Mhm.
um, but she's
It'll
strong.
toughen her up, Sister Eileen. Don't worry.
She's strong and she easily get by
Good.
because she's kids, and yeah, she overcome everything. So she's still moving on, and yeah, with
Uh,
the help of her friends as well at CWS, she's not alone.
mm.
Yeah,
That's the
that
beauty
remote.
about the Children's Worship Service. They're going to build that network at a very young age. If we're looking at the video, for those of you who are watching this online, we're looking at the videos and a lot of the family activities that you're doing. If you notice, you don't even have to do a lot of those activities that cost you money. There's so much to do. I mean, we had some shots in Sydney, but I saw, was that the man-made beach in the city that I just saw earlier? Is that the one I can see on the screen right now?
Man-made beach in
Is that
Sydney.
the one? What's that? Was that a pool, a local pool? I'm just seeing some
This
of the
one is
videos.
that one showing is in Gold Coast, wet
Which is
wet and wild.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's not too far from you as well. So I love all these places to go to. So our Sister Russell had a question there, and I just sort of butted in there. Go ahead, Sister Russell.
Thank you, Mother Jan. So I've heard Sister Eileen's story, so the adjustment that she had, and also like the impact it had with her family and social connection. But when you look at it in a different angle, would you say, Sister Eileen, that that move has somewhat give open new opportunities for you as well?
Yes, po, sister. We are so happy and blessed here that we moved. We guided by our Lord God to move here in His, with His plan. So it's opened our the opportunities for us. My husband got a better job. I, as a registered nurse, I find it easy to have a new job, even though I resigned back in in New South Wales, which I really loved working in Auburn Hospital, but I gave up. But when I moved here, I easily get that job, and yeah, we were so blessed to be given a great opportunity here in Queensland.
Yeah, that's all part of God's blessings to you, sister, because of how active you and your family are in your duty. Obviously, you being finance, your husband being a scan, and and your oldest one is a choir member. So I guess all this opportunity was made to be put in place to you by Almighty God. That's what I'm going to ask you. I mean, when you move, and a lot of people are contemplating it, but like we Sister still said earlier, sometimes it's a comfort zone that stops them from moving. But sometimes it's also you may not move because it's also a much better decision. But if you do decide to move, what piece of advice would you give somebody so that they can make their move interstate, which is not a small move, a lot more smoother and a lot more easier? What would be your piece of advice, Sister Eileen?
For me, I just advise that they just do not close door. They just take the opportunity that's open for them, and take that if it's for the better. And I know that thinking of moving interstate or moving in other places is so scary, and it gives you more anxiousness. Just getting all these things sorted out for you first, the house, because we all know that there's a house crisis here around Australia at the moment.
Mm.
So all those worries, but in the help in our with our part po, with the help of our God, we just trusted our Lord God,
Yes.
because we know that God will going to lead us in the right way po.
I love that answer. Like in one sentence, you effectively say, trust in the Lord. And you know what's the beautiful thing about that, Sister Eileen, and for all our listeners out there, is that that's not an unusual answer for a member of the church. Sister Eileen may have mentioned it, but it's actually how we live our life, and we'd like to invite you to be able to see why we have so much trust and fear I mean, anxiousness can pop in, but I would say fear really doesn't really pop in because we know that God is with us. It's part of the things that we learned there, Sister Eileen, and I'm glad that you did mention that. How are the kids now anyway? How they're faring?
Oh,
The school
they
is
are
good.
they settled well po. They're happy,
Hmm.
so they are always excited whenever we are going to the church. My little one, which is 3 years old, is
Yeah.
always asking whenever we go out, "Are we going to the church?"
Oh, good.
Really happy.
That's awesome. So sweet.
Maybe later on you can show them on the screen. Maybe you can call them and so we can see what they look like. I'm sure they're beautiful kids. And in fact, are they with you now?
Yes po, they are
Let's say a
here.
quick hello to them. Let's say a quick hello to these kids. I'm
I'll
sure they're
call them
beautiful.
po.
Let's have a look.
Yeah.
So this is a bit about live show. We can always go off script and just find out, what life really is like for our fellow brothers and sisters and our guests that come in. I mean, this is going to be amazing. One is 13 years old and one is 3 years old. So the 3-year-old obviously didn't have to adjust so much. He's just a Queenslander, but the 13-year-old seems to have thrived quite well over there. And here are wow, Sister Rasil.
My daughter Ariana, she's turning 11
Look how old.
September.
So
And
what?
my youngest one is Johan.
Johan. Hello, Johan. Is it Ashley? Did you say?
Ariana po. Ariana.
Ariana. Okay, Ariana. Hello, Ariana. How are you? Oh wow, you're so respectful when you speak. So are you happy there in Queensland?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can I interview you?
Sure.
Oh wow, I love the confidence there. Wait, did you have hard time when you moved from Sydney to Queensland?
Up to the parents.
Yeah. Oh, I heard you had a friend in Queensland before you went there. What's her name? From CEBSI.
Sophie.
Sophie?
Yeah.
Oh, is she a BFF, is she? That's very good. So what do you think of mom and dad helping you with your studies, helping you with your life? Do you say
No.
thank you to mom and dad?
Yes.
Oh, what a good girl you are. Sister Arin, they're gorgeous. Those kids are gorgeous. Look at them. They're so well behaved. Goodness.
Thank you po.
Credit to good parenting there. Good parenting.
Thank you.
Lovely to
We better
meet you.
get back. We better get back to the show. I get, my soft spot is like when I see little kids, especially when you're a parent. I miss my daughter being that small as well. It's just a soft spot. So sorry, I derailed our show there for a second. But don't worry, go ahead, please.
Thank
You're
you.
gonna have to rescue me and put me back on the right track to our show again. So we're talking about the transition from moving from one state to the other state.
That's right. So thank you so much, Sister Eileen, and to her children as well, for sharing your experiences about moving interstate and the lessons you've learned along the way. Do you have any shout outs or greetings you'd like to share?
Yes po. Can I read my notes po?
Of course.
I would like to greet, first of all, the resident minister of our local congregation, North Brisbane, the Brother Arnold Sembrano and his family po, and all the brethren around the world and all our brethren in North Brisbane. Hello po. Hi, Sister Emmy. Hi, Sis April. Special greetings po to my local congregation at Blacktown City. Hello, we miss you po there. And I want to greet my husband Josh, my kids Ariana and Johan, my mother-in-law Ma Jameli Dalai, Papa Ron Dalai, and my 2 brothers-in-law RJ and Jono, and my sister Aurora. Hello from Auckland, New Zealand. And last but not the least po, my family in the Philippines. Hello, Peña family. Thank you po.
That's fantastic. Thank you, sister. And actually, I might just do a quick shout out of my own. First of all, to my lovely wife who supports me in my duty with INCRadio. So thank you, Michelle, my sister Michelle. She's lovely and supporting, and it just keeps me going every day. And also, Sister Danica shared with me a shout out I should give to Sister Jana Jane Manalili. So she may be watching, that is. So hello, Sister Jana Jane. Thank you for always watching INCRadio. Okay. So over to you, Brother John.
You know what, Brother Work, Sister, so I also got some, sometimes the message directly through to us as well. So with the local congregation of Dean Parkport, thank you so much, Bob. But I'd like to a special shout out to those regular listeners. We have the Samala family. Thank you very much for always supporting us. The Kacha family, Eric Kacha and family, always every single week they're on board watching us as well. Of course, Sister Laura Esperanza and the kids, Brother Richard Esperanza's wife, they're always on the show as well. We have quite a number of them here. The Samara family, thank you very much for also watching the show. There's quite a few more. And of course, I'm not sure if I already mentioned it. I'd like to say a quick hello to my brothers and sisters, my nephews, my nieces, and my grandkids there in the Philippines, in Las Piñas, who are not yet members of the church, but I believe one of my nephews have joined the church since. I'm very happy with that. So hopefully we will get together again soon there in the Philippines, and maybe one day here in Australia. Sister Russell, go ahead please, Paul, and before we bring it back to Brother Warwick. Any more comments there, Paul?
Yeah, thank you so much, Brother John. So, just like me, there are some of our viewers and listeners who resonated from Sister Eileen's story. So, just a quick shout out po to Brother Roel Acantilado, who said that transferring interstate can be challenging po. However, God has always a better plan for us, and that is very true. From Brother Lando O'Malley Jr., leaving Singapore for good and settling here in Melbourne with no other family members and no work. It was really hard, but with God's help and guidance and holding on to our church duties, they have endured everything. And also, greetings to Sister Carla Shada Padama from Mandurriao, Iloilo South, Brother June Capistrano from Windham, Brother Randall Armamento from Townsville, Sister Jobelin Supena from Manor Lakes, Sister Nanette Arliano from Altona, Sister Dolores Severio from Caboolture, Sister Jennifer Salvador from Gold Coast, and Brother Ian Nanetta from Adelaide, Sister Jan Marie Fetalvero from Minchinbury, Sister Sharon Lakangan from Hobart, Tasmania, and also to Sister Charlene Free from Wewak, Papua New Guinea. And also greetings to my family there in the district of Bukidnon, Philippines, from to Montejo family, and also to Luneta family and Spirito family in Sydney. And also quick shout out to all the brothers and sisters there in Gold Coast. I miss you so much, especially to Sister Jen Ines and Ronald Ines. And so, while we are waiting for the viewers and listeners to send through their thoughts in our comment section, Brother John, let's jump into our game time.
It's game time. Let's play.
That's right, Sister Russell and Brother Warwick. It is game time. Now, to all our viewers and listeners, it's your chance to join the fun. Now, there's only going to be 2 questions for today, and let's see which local congregation can actually get these questions right. So make sure that you get ready to type your answers in the live chat. We can't wait to see who gets it right. Those of you who are currently watching at the moment, get your device, get ready to answer the questions. It's only multiple questions, and the answers did come from today's show as well. Whether it's mentioned or not, it's a very easy question, but it'll be great if you can put your details in there. And if we do pick you, I believe Sister Jill, our director for today, or producer for today, will be able to. I'll organize to send out a special prize for you. Just make sure that you put in your local congregation so we can send it to the local congregation. So, without further ado, let's do the game time. Are we ready now, Brother Warwick, Sister Russell, Sister Eileen? Are we ready?
Ready and raring.
Okay, let's go for it. So let's go for the first question now. Which Australian state? Which Australian state is known as the Sunshine State? Here are the answers. New South Wales for A, B, Queensland, C is Victoria, D, South Australia. I repeat that again because I know people need time to be able to answer that question. Which Australian state is known as the Sunshine State? A, New South Wales, B, Queensland, C, Victoria, or D, South Australia? Now, I'm kind of curious who might be able to get that answer right. In fact, we might even ask one of our guests or our hosts to see later on if they did get the right answer. So, do we have any answer yet there, Sister Rasil?
So far, we have one answer from Sister Cheryl Sena from Dean
Sister
Park.
Cheryl, the Sena
Her answer
family.
is B, Queensland.
Very good, very good. Well, that's going to be easy for me because the price, I can just walk it to them. Sister Cheryl, just going to give you the price. Okay, Cheryl, thank you very much. She's in my local congregation. So thank you also to the Sena family who always, every week in, week out, they're always supporting our show. So the whole Sena family, not just Jardines, but the whole Sena family, thank you so much for always supporting the show as well. And congratulations. So the answer was, what do you think was the answer again? Do you think she was right, Sister Eileen? Which city is known as the Sunshine State? Sister Eileen will tell us the correct answer. If you don't know this, Sister Eileen, I will be very shocked and I will be in tears.
I'm
I'm going to be crying.
100% sure it's letter B, Queensland.
Queensland, oh, I don't know. I think I need to get Ariana to confirm that. Where's Sister Ariana?
She went to her room.
You went to a different room already. Oh, don't worry, I'm sure she's watching us on her device on INCRadio, made in Australia. So congratulations to Sister Cheryl Sena. She did win one of our prizes. So there's one more prize to go. Okay. It'll be a surprise prize, by the way, because I don't know what it is, but I know we have one. We'll send it to you. Okay. Here we go. If you move from Sydney to Melbourne, which of these will you notice right away? Okay, let's do this, okay? I'll ask that again. If you move from Sydney to Melbourne, this one I knew even before the question was written. Okay, if you move from Sydney to Melbourne, which of these will you notice right away? A, different coffee culture. B, no beaches. C, no public transport. Or D, different language. I think if that's the answer, we're in trouble. But anyhow, so let's see. If you move from Sydney to Melbourne, which of these will you notice right away? Okay, A was different coffee culture. B, there's no beaches anywhere. So from Sydney to Melbourne, is there beaches? C, no public transport. What, you're stranded out of nowhere? No public transport? Is that the difference? Or D, a different language. I know there's a little bit of a nuances in terms of the way they speak. Like Queenslanders speak a little bit different to the New South Welshmen and different to the Victorian, slightly, but the language is the same. So let's have a look. So what is the correct answer? Does anyone have the correct answer yet there, Sister Rasil?
Yes, we have few answers from our viewers and listeners. From Sister Jerica Manguit, letter A. From Brother Carlo Falan, still letter A. And from Sister Renalyn Cabural from Melbourne, still A. Is that the correct answer, Brother Dan?
Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to get our guest to choose if she understands. Have you been to Melbourne yet, Sister Eileen? I think everyone got disconnected, or I got disconnected. One of those two, anyhow. Okay, so the answer is the coffee culture. Are we back on again?
There it is. Coffee culture, of course it is. In Victoria, we definitely have coffee culture as a big thing.
That's the beauty of the live channel, man, that show.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Any more?
I know about the Warwick. Sydney's slowly catching in terms of coffee, you know.
No, that's true. Sydney's not so bad. But Melbourne, really, coffee is just so special. So, Sister Rasil, are there any more shout outs you could give?
Maybe.
Yes, Brother Warwick, I'm just going to read a couple of comments from our viewers. So shout out to Brother Ernesto Malasa for happy first year anniversary INCRadio Made in Australia from the local of Shepparton. From Sister Sharon Lakangan from Hobart, Tasmania. Brother Gabriel Briones from Manor Lakes. And Sister Bibianilu Kabigting from Brisbane.
Fantastic. And actually, that reminded me, it's been my first anniversary recently too. So I should also thank my wife for letting me survive that. Okay, so
really, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, by the way. It's also our wedding anniversary tomorrow to my wife, Sister Hedy Villanueva. Happy anniversary. So let's get going, Paul.
Okay. So thank you so much for participating in our game time, everybody. Now, before we wrap up today's program, let's take a moment to learn a new word with Gift of the Gab.
G'day, and welcome to Gift of the Gab, where we expand our vocabulary and explore new words. Today's word is sonder. Sonder is the profound realization that each random passerby is living a life as vivid and complex as your own, with their own ambitions, friends, routines and cares, as an epic story that continues invisibly around you. While it can be a little overwhelming at first, it fosters a deep sense of connection, empathy, and the beautiful complexity of human existence. We, as members of the Church of Christ, sonder the journey of one another as we encourage the faith we have openly accepted into our hearts. Thanks for listening to Gift of the Gab. We look forward to seeing you next time and hope these words continue to encourage your personal growth. Take care.
Just as today's episode, So just as today's episode showed us, moving interstate isn't just about changing your address. It's about adapting to new seasons, new lifestyles, and discovering new opportunities. These transitions remind us of how resilience and faith, as we discussed, guide us and help us with changes in everyday life.
Thank you so much to all our viewers and listeners for tuning in. We hope today's episode inspired you, whether you're preparing for a move, adjusting to new beginnings, or simply learning how others embrace change. Join us next Saturday for more meaningful stories and conversations from across Australia.
And a huge thank you as well to our INCRadio Australia team for making this episode possible. And by the way, a quick shout out to Sister Chloe Lorenzo for helping us out for today's program. We will never forget to also thank our Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, and our Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Irania Manalo, for the constant guidance and support for us. So we do appreciate you. We love you very much for that. But for now, that's it for today. But we'll see you again next time on the same day, on the same time. Until then, take care, stay safe, and honor the footsteps that guide you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Made in Australia.
Never will I let go of loyalty. Never will I let go of my faith. Never will I rely on what a merely knows. I will depend on you. Lord, guide the right way. You show. Father, guide me on the path to salvation. Show me the solution when I am lost and in confusion. Remind me, teach me your words I need. That every time, Lord, guide me, always recall the greatness of your love. Never will I think I am wise than I am. Humble heart, I will obey. I'll pay close attention when you correct me. I will follow wherever you lead me, because you know what's best for me. Father,
Yay! Thank you, Sister Eileen. Thank you so much for that po.
Thank you po.
Thank you.
po. It was a